Simple home care strategies that actually work. Hi, my name is Nick Bonitatibus, and on today's episode of Home Care Digital, we are talking about how to create an irresistible offer for your recruiting strategy to get more caregivers. Now, if you haven't watched part one, I recommend you stop and go watch part one because we're going to be building off of everything in that previous video. So let's dive in to part two. Recruiting is marketing. If you're a recruiter nowadays and you don't see yourself as a marketer, you're in the wrong business. When it comes to caregiving recruiting, you are, in many cases, right, and some businesses say that they are a staffing company. And so much of how we're leveraging and recruiting is based on effective marketing strategies that actually work. And so how can we leverage this? How can we utilize to get more caregivers? And that comes down to creating this irresistible offer. Now, I touched on it again in part one, so make sure you go watch that. Here's the breakdown of all of the things, and we're gonna focus on the bottom half here. The first video in part one, we talked about the hook and the problem, and so we're gonna dive into the solution here. So, when it comes to caregivers and you are focused on their problems, right? We mentioned last week, hey, here are some of the problems that you're having. What is the solution? You are the solution to their problems. And so that becomes a really important aspect in how you're marketing yourself, because if we don't understand their problems, then we can't showcase ourselves as the solution to their problems. And so when it comes to this and we're saying, hey, we are the best company, we need to be able to prove it, which leads to the next part here. I know I skipped from 3 to 5. Number 4 is just call to action. So when we're creating a video sales letter or a video or a story, we put that call to action. So I know the numbers. Okay, we went from 3 to 5. So number 5 is social proof. This becomes a really important aspect of proving that you are an amazing company, right? Can you prove it? Can you prove that you are the solution to their problems? Because you can say, hey, I'm really great, or hey, we've got great company culture. But how are you actually proving that you are an incredible company to work for, where people are excited, people are telling their friends, right? And so this becomes an operational aspect that if you're not doing a lot of these things to make your company great, then you're going to be struggling for recruitment and retention in general because you're not a great company to work for. Sorry, we can't all be great. And so it's important to understand that you need to look really hard at your organization and say, hey, are we really doing things that are exceptional? Are we really doing things that are way better than what other people are doing? Because the people who are winning, the home care organizations that are really winning, have an amazing company culture, are really thriving. And the ones that you may be doing this already, which is a huge aspect. I think that's one of the bigger things. It's not that you're not great, it's that you are great, but you're just not marketing in the way that you could be. And so here's how we can leverage this and really showcase that you are the solution to their problems through and leveraging social proof. So number 1, accolades and awards. Depending on when you're watching this video, the Home Care Pulse just awarded a bunch of accolades for different people if you're a part of Home Care Pulse, that based on, employer of choice, right? All these different things and awards that Home Care Pulse delivers and gives out. And so if you're not familiar with Home Care Pulse, I definitely recommend checking them out. But understanding that any awards that you've had, maybe you've gotten from your franchise, just anything, something that's going to establish you as a great company and build that credibility. So that's part of the social proof, right? Is establishing any doubts that they may have about your company and establishing credibility. And so awards can be really powerful to saying, hey, this is a great company. Look, they've gotten all these awards. And so utilizing that, leveraging that can be a really powerful tool. The other thing is testimonials.
Nick makes my social presence look sharp, professional, and spot on.
Nick Bonitatibus.
This is huge, and I know I talk about this in a lot of my videos if you've seen it, but again, it's so powerful in leveraging these tools because you can stand up here all day and say, we're great, we're the best, blah, 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 blah. If your caregivers aren't saying it, it's not true. And so getting it from them. And what's nice is it doesn't have to be video. I know I push video a lot because it is a really powerful medium, but even just getting written, and if you're using Home Care Pulse, they actually do the surveys. They have actual testimonials. You can literally just take the testimonials from Home Care Pulse and use them in your marketing, use them in your flyers, use them in your job ads, use them on your recruiting page, use them in potentially videos where you just have it read, right? There's so many different things that you can do once you're getting these testimonials and understanding like, okay, we're doing this great thing well, let's utilize that. Another aspect that I want to say just about testimonials is that when you're thinking about which ones are best to choose from, try and really think about the ones that really may hit different audiences. So maybe you have one that's focused on, hey, I'd never done caregiving before, I joined this company and it's been amazing, right? So now you're focusing on that new caregiver. Maybe, hey, I was working in a facility, or hey, I didn't like my company and now I'm working here, right? So now you're focusing on somebody who's an existing caregiver. So you wanna try have some variability in your testimonials that are going to attract different audiences and speak to different people that you may have in your network, right? And so maybe you've got one, oh, they helped me become a nurse. Boom. Like that's focused on, if you saw part one, I talked about that, caregivers often, this is a first step to becoming a nurse, right? So we can market and leverage that, show that we actually do that. We can help you to become a nurse. And then photos, different things. If you recognition, showcasing that your caregivers, when they do an exceptional job, sometimes people will send out a postcard or a handwritten card and send to the caregiver and thank them for her appreciation. Great. Well, maybe take a photo of them and post about it and share, hey, this is what they did. They're exceptional, right? People want to see getting recognized in a public setting can be really powerful. It can also be done, maybe you do internal meetings with your caregivers, which is something that not a lot of companies are doing, but can be really powerful. This is just a side note where maybe you have like a monthly call where you have all your caregivers on, you're giving updates, or you may even just create some quick little video content using the app Loom, L-O-O-M, where you record some couple videos giving your caregivers updates and then you're sending them this video. This is an opportunity for you to recognize some people. But again, that's more of a private thing, whereas we want to showcase things that are public. So showcasing photos of this, photos of your caregivers holding an award, whatever it may be. And then those photos then are posted on social media, used on your flyers, used on your recruiting page. Your recruiting page should have a ton of testimonials, of photos, real human photos. Like that can be your most powerful sales page. A lot of what we're talking about here in creating an irresistible offer, right? I mentioned in the last video, it's like video sales letter, but also just a sales letter or sales page. Your recruiting page is your sales page. And so this formula in creating an irresistible offer can actually be used to build out. I've helped a lot of my clients actually do this. We've given them, there's a template that we follow and then fill it in, and then adding more photos, adding and making that personal touch so that now you're excited. Like you want to send people to your recruitment page because it's not just a form. It's actually something that gets people to be excited, where they want to apply for your company. And so they're more likely to show up for that interview because they saw all of this proof that you're a really amazing company. Showcasing maybe holiday parties, right? If you do stuff for Christmas or Thanksgiving and you're giving out pies and different events that you may be doing, appreciation events throughout the year, taking photos of those activities and then showing them, showcasing them on social media. This is really powerful because a lot of times people don't know what to post on social media. Doing these activities, posting them, it's great because it showcases that you have a great culture, you have a great community, you're doing these things for your employees, so it's a representation beneficial to both referral sources, clients, and caregivers. But knowing that caregiving is one of the biggest aspects in recruiting or in your growing your home care business, that you may have more stuff that's focused towards that, but notice how I'm not talking about more sales pitches. We're hiring. No, I'm talking about real photos, real people, real events that are happening, showcasing real people. What's great about this is the quality doesn't need to be amazing. You don't need professional photos. Remove these stock photos, get real photos of your clients, real photos of your caregivers, real photos of events that are happening. Use it, showcases, put these photos everywhere, not just on your social media, putting them on your website. anywhere where people are gonna see them, those non-stock photos that maybe are lower quality on an iPhone are going to drive so much greater results. People wanna work with real people. And you know that if you go to a bunch of your competitors, they all got stock photos everywhere. Don't be that person, be the differentiator. Showcase yourself, prove that you're amazing, create this incredible, irresistible offer, right? Where you're driving people in, you're leveraging these tools, you're creating social proof so that you can start to really crush it in recruiting more caregivers. Hope this helps. If you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more, and I'll see you next week.